John D. Rockefeller became one of the richest people in modern history. But here's the part most people get wrong about Rockefeller. His biggest advantage wasn't simply that he made a lot of money. It was the way he thought about money. While most people see money as something to spend, Rockefeller treated it as something to control, allocate, and multiply. And that difference changes everything. Because if you suddenly gave two people $1 million, one could become wealthy for life. The other could be broke in a few years. Same money, completely different psychology. So today, we're going inside Rockefeller's money mindset, not to copy his life, but to understand the principles behind it. Because some of these lessons can completely change the way you think about earning, spending, saving, and investing.
Rockefeller understood something surprisingly simple. Money is most powerful when it gives you options. Imagine getting a $10,000 bonus. Most people immediately think, what can I buy? New phone, new clothes, vacation, car upgrade. But Rockefeller's mindset was closer to, how can I deploy this money? That's a completely different question. One mindset sees money as a reward. The other sees money as capital. And capital can produce more capital. This doesn't mean you should never enjoy your money. It means you shouldn't automatically convert every increase in income into an increase in consumption. Because every dollar you spend is gone. But a dollar you intelligently deploy has the potential to create something bigger. So the next time you receive unexpected money, pause before spending it. Don't ask, what do I deserve? Ask, what could this money become? That one question can change your financial behavior.
One of the most famous stories about Rockefeller involves his attention to small expenses. Whether every version of the story is historically accurate is less important than the principle it represents. He paid attention. Most people think wealth is created by making one gigantic financial decision. But in reality, financial behavior is usually built through hundreds of small decisions. $20 here, $50 there, a subscription you forgot about, a fee you never questioned, a purchase you made because everyone else had it. None of these will make you rich, but repeated over years, they reveal something important. Your relationship with small amounts of money predicts how you'll behave with large amounts of money. If you can't control $100, why would you suddenly become disciplined with $100,000? The goal isn't to obsess over every coffee. The goal is to become intentional. Don't ask whether an expense is small. Ask whether it is worth it to you.
This might be the most important lesson. Imagine two people. Person A earns $300,000 a year. Person B earns $100,000. Person A spends $295,000. Person B spends $60,000 and invests the rest. Who is wealthier? Most people would instinctively choose person A. But income isn't wealth. Income is what comes in. Wealth is what remains and what you own. Rockefeller's fortune was built through ownership. He didn't simply want a bigger paycheck. He wanted productive assets, businesses, equity, investments, things that could generate value beyond the hours he personally worked. And that's a fundamental shift in money psychology. Instead of asking, how do I earn more? Start asking, how do I own more productive assets? Because eventually, you want your wealth to generate income without requiring you to trade every hour for money.
Modern finance has a massive attention problem. People want the stock that will double next month, the crypto that will explode, the side hustle that makes $10,000 next week, the secret investment nobody knows about. Rockefeller's story teaches a different mentality. Think long term. Real wealth can be incredibly boring. You acquire productive assets, you reinvest, you compound, you repeat. And then you let time do some of the heavy lifting. Here's the psychological trick.
A long-term thinker can tolerate short-term discomfort. They can save money today because they're thinking about 10 years from now. They can reinvest profits instead of spending them. They can ignore temporary excitement because their objective is much bigger. The question isn't, how can I get rich quickly? It's, what can I consistently do for the next 20 years? That's a much more powerful question. Money makes people emotional. Fear, greed, envy, excitement, panic, FOMO. And these emotions can be expensive. When markets go up, people want to buy because everyone else is making money. When markets crash, those same people panic and want to sell. The result? They buy when they feel confident and sell when they feel terrified. A disciplined investor does the opposite of emotional decision-making. They create rules before emotions take over. How much will I save? How much will I invest? What risks am I willing to take? What is my time horizon? What would make me sell? The less you rely on emotion, the less likely emotion is to control your financial future. And that's a lesson far more valuable than any stock pick.
Here's where Rockefeller's philosophy becomes surprisingly modern. The ultimate purpose of wealth isn't necessarily to own more things. It's to have more choices. Imagine you have 6 months of living expenses saved. Your boss treats you badly? You can leave. Imagine you have investments generating meaningful income. You don't need to accept every opportunity. Imagine you have no high-interest debt. You have flexibility. That's what financial independence really means. It's not necessarily driving a supercar. It's being able to say no. No to the job you hate. No to the terrible business deal. No to the lifestyle you can't afford. No to people demanding something from you. Money becomes powerful when it increases your freedom. So instead of asking, how much money do I need to look rich? Ask, how much money do I need to control my time? That's a much better target.
Rockefeller was also known for his philanthropy. Whatever you think about his legacy, there's an important financial lesson here. Money needs a purpose. If you don't decide what your money is supposed to do, the world will decide for you. Your money can have different jobs. Some protects you. Some pays your bills. Some buys experiences. Some builds your future. Some supports people or causes you care about. Some gets invested. The point isn't simply to accumulate the biggest number possible, because eventually you need to answer, what is all this money for? Without an answer, wealth can become an endless scoreboard, and there's always someone with a bigger number. So let's put all 7 lessons together. When money comes in, 1. Don't immediately spend it. 2. Protect some of it. Build financial resilience. 3. Invest some of it. Buy productive assets appropriate for your goals and risk tolerance. 4. Reinvest. Let compounding work over time. 5. Control your lifestyle inflation. Don't let every raise disappear into new expenses. 6. Control your emotions. Don't let fear and greed make your financial decisions. 7. Use wealth to buy freedom. Because the ultimate asset isn't a luxury car. It's control over your time. And here's the biggest Rockefeller lesson of all. Wealth begins in your behavior, long before it appears in your bank account. You don't become financially disciplined after becoming rich. You become rich by developing disciplined financial behavior. The way you treat $10 matters. The way you react to a $1,000 opportunity matters. The way you handle a $10,000 raise matters. Because your financial future is being built by decisions that feel insignificant today.
So the next time money enters your life, don't immediately ask, what can I buy? Ask, what can I build? Because money spent can give you a moment. Money invested wisely can potentially give you options for years. And ultimately, wealth isn't about having money. It's about having control over what your money can do.
If you want more videos about the psychology behind wealth, subscribe. Because sometimes the biggest financial upgrade isn't your income, it's your mindset.